right, you guys ready for this? Today's video, I'm going to be showing you a vegan meal prep using 4 recipes that come to a total of $8, as in all 4 recipes combined only cost $8. Totally crazy. Yep, you heard that right. And in times where groceries are more expensive than ever, meal prepping like this can cut your grocery bill in half or even more. And not only are these meals budget friendly, but they're simple, they're filling, and they're healthy, all while not breaking your bank. And one more thing that might interest you, not only are they budget friendly, but they're also perfect for weight loss if that is your goal. These recipes are low in fat, packed with fiber, and will keep you full for hours. So if you've been struggling with the cost of eating healthy, then this video is going to show you that it can be done. All right, so with all that being said, let's jump in the kitchen and get into recipe number 1. So recipe number 1 is my lemon Greek spud recipe, and this meal cost me only $1.95. And as you can see, we're just using really simple ingredients. A few potatoes there, a couple lemons, and a couple spices, but I'm telling you, when it's all put together, you are going to be blown away with how this tastes. So to start, I'm throwing in 4 potatoes that I chopped and cubed. I like to parboil them for about 4 minutes or so. It's not completely necessary, but it does make the texture a little bit better when you're freezing them. So there I'm just throwing in the juice from 2 lemons, a half a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of oregano, as well as 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And lastly, we're going to be throwing in a teaspoon of lemon rind. And if you want all the recipes that I'm going to show you in today's video with all the exact ingredients and directions, I'm going to put it together into a PDF file that you can download for free. And in that PDF file, there will be a cost breakdown of each meal, as well as different ways to prepare it, like the Instant Pot, slow cooker, or even stovetop. But for these lemon Greek spuds, we are going to be freezing them. So there I just threw everything in the bag. I gave it a really good mix to make sure that the potatoes were evenly coated, and then that's it. You want to pop it in your freezer. And the best part is that you can defrost it or you can cook it straight from being frozen. So you just want to dump the bag into your Instant Pot, and then we're going to go ahead and add 1 cup of water. And then we're going to cook it on high pressure for 5 minutes, and then we're going to do a natural release for 5 minutes, and then followed by a quick release. And this is what it looks like when it comes straight out of the Instant Pot. So if you like your potatoes nice and soft, that is the way to go. But this is what it looks like when you throw them in your air fryer or your oven. So if you like them crispier, you can do it that way too. So this entire meal cost me only $1.95 to make. All right, so on to recipe number 2, which is my sweet potato chili. Oh my gosh, if you want to talk about flavor, this is where it's at, along with those lemon Greek spuds. Like, I mean, there's just so much flavor between these 2 recipes. And as you can see, we're using super simple ingredients, stuff you probably already have in your kitchen. All right, so we're going to start by chopping up our sweet potatoes. We're going to peel them, quarter them, and parboil them for 4 minutes. You don't want to overcook them. Parboiling is just getting them slightly cooked, but not all the way through. So then we're going to throw those in the bag and add in 1 small chopped onion, 1 clove of garlic, a half of a green pepper. We're going to throw in 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Here is the magic, people. That is the magic right there of this recipe, that cinnamon, along with 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 3 tablespoons of ketchup. You can use whatever ketchup you want. If you want the no sugar kind, knock yourself out. And 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. So we are going to add 2 cups of water, but we're not going to throw it in the bag. So you want to add that water when you are actually ready to cook it. But for the freezer meal, you just want to add all the other ingredients minus the water. So you can also see here how I wrote out all the instructions. So I have instructions for Instant Pot, slow cooker, and stovetop. So when I pull it out of that freezer, I have options as far as how I want to prepare it. And don't forget, I will have that PDF file posted in my description box below, and it will have all the specific directions for each way of cooking, whether it's the Instant Pot, a crock pot, or stovetop. So you can just go ahead and download that file when the video is done. So there, I just mixed everything up really good. You just want to make sure that the potatoes are coated evenly. I know it doesn't look the nicest. It's a little bit messy, but boy, oh boy, does it smell amazing. It is delicious. So there, you just want to dump it into your Instant Pot again. Super easy stuff, guys. Then we're adding 2 cups of water. You could also swap out the water and add broth instead to give it a little bit more flavor. Give everything a good mix, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop that into my Instant Pot. So I cooked it on high pressure for 8 minutes. I did a natural release for 5 minutes, and then I quick released the rest. Now, if it turns out a little bit liquidy like that, you can just hit that saute button on your Instant Pot and cook it for an additional few minutes, and it will thicken up just fine. So this is what the final result looks like. Now, it does look slightly different when you make it in the Instant Pot versus the oven, but tastes all the same. This way, it's kind of more like a stew texture, but oh my gosh, with the cinnamon and the garlic and the onion, there's just so much flavor, it's shocking. And this meal cost me only $4.70. All right, so before we jump into those last two recipes, which by the way, you are not going to want to miss because I'm gonna be showing you how to make your own delicious sweet potato French fries as well as oil-free French fries. And like I said, like not only are they budget friendly, but they are actually healthy. So before we jump into those, in case it's the first time that you're landing on my channel and you are also in need of some more budget friendly, low in fat, high fiber recipes, just like the ones I'm showing you in today's video, then you should know that all the recipes that I'm showing you in today's video actually have come from one of my latest books called Spud Skinny. So this is my all potato weight loss recipe ebook. If you're wanting to use potatoes for weight loss, there's one caveat, and that is that they have to be low fat. So we're not talking French fries drenched in oil, of course. But with that being said, it is still possible to enjoy low fat potato recipes, just like the ones in today's video, without all the fat, but still full on flavor. I know a lot of you guys already have Spud Skinny and you're really enjoying the recipes. So that is why I thought I would put together today's video to show you how to freezer meal prep some of those potato recipes. But in case you don't have a copy of Spud Skinny and you would like one, then you are in luck because right now I'm running an incredible flash sale on Spud Skinny, and that is that it is only $5 for the next 48 hours. Now, to give some perspective, it retails for $16.99, but for the next 48 hours only, it will be on sale for $5. And not only do I have Spud Skinny, but I have a handful of amazing weight loss recipe ebooks, all using real ingredients, simple ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen, and they're all low fat. And I have to stress, just like the recipes I'm showing you in today's video, they are super budget friendly. And I think the recipes in today's video are proving just that. So if you have Spud Skinny already, you're gonna find all today's recipes in there. And if you don't and you wanna take advantage of that awesome $5 sale, I will have the link to all of my books posted in my description box below or the comment section. Oh, and one last tiny detail is that these were the exact recipes that I was eating to lose 60 pounds. So I'm really confident in saying that they work when it comes to losing weight. So with that being said, let's get back to these recipes because these meals were meals that I ate all the time. And after I show you how to make them properly, I'm sure you're going to as well. Okay, so recipe number 3 are my perfect sweet potato fries. And I say perfect because they turn out perfect every time. Now, I just wanted to show you quickly what I use to cut my fries. Now, this is from Starfrit, I think. I will try to find the link and have it posted in my description box below, but you certainly don't need that. You can just chop it into French fry strips yourself with a knife. It's no big deal. So again, using super basic, simple ingredients to make this recipe keeps it affordable, keeps it healthy, keeps it easy. So there, I'm just chopping up the fries. You can see how easy and effortless it makes it when you do use that French fry chopper and just how perfect the potatoes turn out. They're all just chopped evenly. I love it. So there, I'm just going to go ahead and parboil these fries for 4 minutes. You do not want to overcook them because they will not turn out very nicely if you do. So here I am just dumping it onto a baking sheet lined with some parchment paper. You want to spread it out as evenly as you can. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw some garlic salt. Now you can throw 1 teaspoon of garlic salt and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. That's what I like to do. If you have never tried sweet potato with garlic salt or powder, you are in for a treat. However, if you don't like garlic, then you can just go ahead and use regular salt. So I specifically like to add the garlic salt at that stage because the potatoes are still a little bit wet and it helps it to stick. Unlike when you try to add it after it's been cooked, it's just not the same. So before we bag these fries, we want to flash freeze them. Now this is a really important step because if you don't do that, then they will stick together. So I actually just threw those in my freezer for about 2 hours and that did the trick. So once they are flash frozen, then you can kind of break them apart a little bit and then add them to a freezer bag. And there you go. You have some homemade perfect sweet potato fries. I have seen oil-free French fries in the grocery stores up to like $10 for a bag, like totally insane when you see how easy it is to make them yourself. So you just want to let out all the air as much as you can. You want to write the instructions on the bag there and throw them in the freezer, and then you can take them out as you need them. So this meal here cost me just $1.02. All right, guys, so on to our last recipe, which is recipe number 4, our oil-free French fries. So for this recipe, all you need is 3 medium potatoes and a little bit of salt. So you can already guess how cheap this is going to be, but nonetheless, absolutely delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up those potatoes. Again, if you don't have this, it's no big deal. You can just chop them up to the best of your ability using a good old-fashioned knife. So you want to get those potatoes chopped into, 1/2 inch potato strips. We're going to rinse these ones off just to rinse off any excess starch there. And then we're going to parboil them for 5 minutes exactly. So with these ones, we're going to go ahead and give them a little bit of an ice bath for about 5 minutes just to stop the cooking process. So once they've completely cooled down, we're going to go ahead and throw them onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper again and spread them out evenly. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to try to sop up some of that excess water because they're going to be a lot crispier the less moisture that they have. So you just want to take any type of clean dishcloth or paper towel and just try to get up as much of that water as possible. Now, even with doing that step, they are still going to be moist enough that you can go ahead and salt them. So same thing as the sweet potato fries, I just like to do it before I cook them because I find that the salt really sticks a lot easier this way. So just like the sweet potatoes, I put these in the freezer for about 2 hours and this is how they turned out. Now do better than I did because I didn't put them on a big enough baking sheet, and as you can see, some of them stuck together. It wasn't too terrible, but that just goes to show how important it is to make sure that they're nice and spaced out. And that's it. Now they're ready to be bagged and kept in your freezer until the next time that you need them. The cost of this meal was only 45 cents. Like, that literally gives me a little chuckle. Like, it's hard to believe. So please don't buy into the idea that it's impossible to eat healthy on a budget, because I think I just proved in today's video that it's absolutely possible. And if you're looking for another amazing vegan meal prep, then you do not want to miss the video I just posted. 7 dinners in 1 hour. Those recipes are absolutely incredible. So be sure to check that out. I will have that video posted in my description box below. And as a bonus giveaway, if you've made it to the end of this video with me, the first 5 people that go click the link to that $5 sale on Spud Skinny will be getting a copy of Spud Skinny absolutely for free. And to the rest of you, try not to miss out on that $5 sale on Spud Skinny, and all my other ebooks are on sale too for the next 48 hours only, as well as that free PDF file with all the directions and ingredients from all the recipes in today's video. Everything can be found in my description box below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we will see all of you in the next one.